the mountain of God. Who shall stand up in his house? Who shall dare look on our God face to face the pure and righteous, the good and holy, the Lord Almighty, the Lord of power, the Lord defender against the enemy, the Lord Almighty, the Lord of power, the Lord defender against the enemy. Oh holy, holy, oh holy, holy, oh holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is the God of Jeremiah. Jeremiah at a certain point felt weak. He felt rejected. He felt denounced only because he was announcing the true message of God. And this is what happens when you seek to be truthful, when you seek to stand for God. It is not going to be easy on your journey. Even your close friends are going to speak against you. Even your own friends are going to go against you. I remember at a certain point, I was told that I am too honest. And I said to myself, what else should I be in this world? What would be my purpose if I'm dishonest? I do think in this world we have a lot and enough of bad-minded people and enough of dishonest people who will stand up in that mountain of the Lord and be honest. And I say to myself, at this particular point, even though it was a risky point, I'm not going to please anybody. I'm going to stand up for God. This is what I always even encourage my young people. That we already have enough bad-minded people. Why should you seek to be a bad-minded people? Why should you seek to be a bad man? Why should you seek to be a bad girl? Why? It is not necessary. It is not. And we have seen the fruits of being bad, or not acting in accordance with God's will. Would you like to spend your years, the years of your life, in the prison like Vibes Carter? Would you like? Yes, he is famous. He is great to most of our young people. He is heroic. He has so many thousands of tattoos on his body. And he appears to be great. Everybody would like somehow to touch his hands. I have seen him going to public hospital, KPH, and people flock. You know, they would like just to get a touch of him. But what message is he offering to the world? It doesn't matter how great you are, but how truthful you are. That is what makes you more heroic. And even though you might be alone at a certain point, you have to stand up. My dear children of God, I remember when I was in high school, and at times, students want to do whatever they want, thinking they're punishing the teachers. And the teachers get their salary as usual. When you misbehave and you lose. The teachers go for their salary at the end of the month. And so it happened that, sometimes I had to be very humble at a certain point because there are things that I never wanted to do. I always reminded myself I come from a different home. And by then, my father was away certain point will not be able to defend me. I am going to be whipped. And I never like to be whipped. Up to today, I don't like that. And so it is, my dear children, always remember the home that you come from. You see your home? You may not have the best of lights. You may not have the best of clothes to wear. Your parents may not appear to be the best of all parents in this world, but that is your home. Respect and honor your family. That is very much important. Do not worry for the children who might provoke you, who might mock you, perhaps because you did not comb your hair so well, or perhaps because your shoes does not look like their shoes, because your school fees is not paid as it's supposed to be paid. No, you are unique and you come from a unique home. So respect your children, respect your parents, respect your family, just as they are. When you are sent out of school, to whose home do you go? You go to your neighbor's home? Do you go to your friend's home? Devante, if you're sent out from school, where will you go? You go to your home or to your neighbor's home? You go to your home, don't it? And so it is that our homes are the most important of any other home. It doesn't matter what your neighbor has. What you have is what belongs to you. It is less, respect it. It is great, respect it. Love your house. Love your household. That is where you came from. If it was not your family, for your family, you wouldn't be there. And I wouldn't be there. So Jeremiah found himself rejected by the people. He was talking out the truths of God, but he never gave up. Jeremiah knew that God was his champion. He knew that God was his protector. He knew that God is the only one who was going to protect his life. And so he decided to obey God. At a certain point he said that you, God, have seduced me. What kind of love? He noticed that God had loved him with a great love. In the second reading, St. Paul speaking to the Corinthians, he assures to them that it is in great sin that grace abounds all the more. The grace of God. You do not have to do anything that is extraordinary to receive the grace of God. All you need to do is to be available for God, to be present for God. And God will take over your life. You'll be swimming in that presence of grace. It does not matter that in our island today, even as Jesus asked of us not to worry in the gospel, we find ourselves sometimes caught up in worries because we question ourselves. How come that someone would go and grab a child from Portmore, a child who is 8 years old, a very innocent girl, and go and trust their neck, take their life? And so we tend to worry, why is this happening? And sometimes we even question, where is God? Why should God be allowing this to happen? It is wickedness, and this must be pronounced of God abounds all the more. Do not give up even when it seems that the darkness seems to overcome light. You yourself do not small up yourself. You must consider yourself that you are God's messenger, like Jeremiah. You have a word. You have a light to offer into this world. You have a candle that should keep burning so that others may see that light and give glory to God. Perhaps we have not done our best. Maybe that is why evil is creeping day after day into our world today. Maybe that is why wickedness is uprising in our land we love, Jamaica. Each one of us must do their job. And our job is not actually to worry much, but to pray more. We need to pray more. Perhaps you cannot remember when was your last time you knelt beside your bed to say a prayer. Kneeling became so difficult. I'm not talking about those who have arthritis, because it is not all of us who have the arthritis. But make your room a church. Make your every place that you go a church. You can kneel beside your bed, even for 2 minutes, and thank God for the gift of bread. Thank God for the peace in the country. Thank God for the peace in your household. You hear, my dear children? Thank God for your parents. Most children do not have parents, but God has blessed you with parents. If your parents are not there, God has blessed you with good guardians or with good neighbors that show you a smile in the morning. Amen? Yes, our God is great. Let us remember Him each and every moment of our lives. In the Gospel reading, Jesus assures to His disciples that He values their greatness. They are of great worth. He says to His disciples, do not be afraid. Your worth than so many sparrows. The hairs of your head, I can count them. One by one, God can count our hairs. Isn't this amazing? Can you count the hairs on your head? Well, some of us can say that they don't have a single hair on their head. But the truth is that God can count the hair of our hands. We cannot count the hair in our heads. And you can start from today, and by Sunday you should have to say to me how many hairs you have in your head. Right? How many hairs do you have in your head?
Maybe 1,000.
How many hairs do you think you have in your head?
Like a million.
We can only detect.
Infinity.
Must be. These are some of the things that even we as adults, sometimes we do not sit down and meditate. You know, it is good at the business of your day that you take off 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes and just reflect on the goodness of God. Just reflect on His creation. Talk up to the flowers. Speak with them. See the flowers being waved by the wind. And speak to them. Speak to them. Look at that beauty. The beauty in creation. Sometimes sit outside, especially those who live in the mountains. Look at the vehicles, at the cars moving up and down. Speak to your God. Look at the houses in Kingston. Speak up to God. Look at the people walking in the marketplaces to and fro. Speak up to God. Tell Him, oh God, you are great. God, you are great. My King and my God, the mightiest power on the earth. I rejoice in your name. I pour out my heart and soul. You raised me up from sin and death. Oh God, who are in heaven, I praise your name, your might and power. You lifted up me from the grave. I praise you, my God, because you are great. And what you have done in my life, I have no time to be afraid. The time I have is to give you thanks. My dear friends, my dear parents, sit aside sometimes. Make a cup of coffee. Make a cup of tea and thank yourselves. Do not store all your treasures over by SSL. It can be stolen. It can rot. It can be taken by the moth out there. Sometimes store your treasures in your heart. Sit down and enjoy. You have grown up your children. You have grown them. They have all gone away. Why are you spending time worrying? Sit down and enjoy. Read your newspaper. The time. Encourage yourself and say to yourself, yes, God, you have worked it with me. It is my time to enjoy. And of course, when most of your children are away, the budget is also less in the house. You know? Yes, thank yourself. Do not be what your children have gone to school and you're still worrying. What else do you want God to do for you? What else do you want? You have taken your children to primary school. God has guided them. You have taken them to high school. Now they are in university and you cannot get a sleep in the night. You're worried. Why so much worries? Worry is useless. That is what God is reminding us this morning. Pray more. Worry less. Say worry less. Pray more. Worry less. Pray more. If in case you may forget of everything that I have spoken this morning, just remember that Jesus is asking of us to worry less and spend that time praying and giving thanks to God for so many things that He has done for you. And it doesn't matter, because there was this great theologian called Dietrich Bonhoeffer. He spoke about the cost of discipleship, the cost of discipleship, and he spoke of a cheap grace. And maybe most of us seek this cheap grace, and that is why we cannot maybe excel in our lives. Because in this cheap grace, you just stay as if everything is right. You stay comfortable, and you do not want any commitment. However, in the Catholic Church, we are taught that cross must be part of our lives. Yes, you are happy, but you must remember you're not happy only because of yourself. You are happy because God has made you happy. Everything must be attributed to God. In the course of discipleship, we have been reminded that we must take our crosses daily. And we must value this treasure that God has given to us. Because this treasure that God has given to us is of great price. And that is when you realize, when you have come to the house of God, God has given you children, God has helped them, and they have excelled in your life. You realize that you have something to give thanks to God. And you come back and give thanks to God. You offer your life. You offer everything that you are. Because you know you are storing your treasures in heaven. You're storing your treasures in God. You're not only storing your treasures to that NCB bank, which many a times is very corrupt. Some people steal in the same banks, Scotiabanks and CIBs. You cannot trust them that much. And there could be people who are there. I am sorry, but there are people who are not faithful inside there, who steal people, even from my own parishioners. And so, let us store our treasures in heaven. Let us store our treasures where moth and rust cannot reach out to them. In God there is peace. In God there is security. You do not have to worry so much. When you have God with you, you will walk in downtown Kingston and you'll come back safe. Your children will go to America. They will go to Canada. They will go to Australia and they will come back to you safe. You may be suffering, but God will still take care of you. There is something that God will not take away from you. God will not take away His hope from you. God will always increase your hope and increase hope in you. Our God, once again, asks of us to cast all our cares unto Him. Cast all your cares, all your worries about your studies and what is going to happen to you in 10 years' time. Leave it for God. Leave it for God. Be free, be a little free. Be able to swim in the grace of God. And you shall receive many blessings than you never expect in your life. Worry less. Trust in God. Have no fear. Do not be afraid. God is your caretaker. God is your provider. And sometimes you don't know where things are going to come from. It has happened with myself. Even recently one day I was worried about my knees, very much worried. And I can't tell you, the 3 persons came from different angles of life and they were able to sort out that problem. And I said to my God, this God is great. My dear parishioners, taste and see that the Lord is good. Taste and see that the Lord is good. He is good to me. How can I let Him down? God is good. God is good. God is good to me. How can I let Him down? How can I let Him down? How can I let Him down? He's so good to me. May the mighty God bless you tonight. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.